something we've known for a long time, is just how bereft of intellect or history, knowledge of any acuity of historical knowledge that Marjorie Taylor Greene has. She is, really one of a handful, maybe the chairman, the chairwoman, the leader of the caucus of dum-dums in the House of Representatives. It is abject dumbshittery on parade with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And last night, post-debate, she, a woman who is a racist, a woman who is a white nationalist, who speaks at Nazi puke Nick Fuentes' conferences, accepts invitations, glad hands with him on stage. She has the gall and the temerity and the lack of foresight or any self-reflection. And she's saying that it was racist of Chris Christie to compare Vivek Ramaswamy with Barack Obama, even though Vivek Ramaswamy directly, like any good Republican, just stole a line, just plagiarized a line from Barack Obama. But she's so stupid. She's such a moron. She has no understanding of politics before Donald Trump. And the line that Vivek stole last night was from 2004, the Democratic National Committee or the convention in 2004. But here's Marjorie Taylor Greene with Matt Gaetz and her new boyfriend from Right Side Broadcasting, just embarrassing herself for the 1 millionth time in public. Watch this.
Something else. I was pretty disgusted at Chris Christie and his racist comment towards Vivek Ramaswamy, where he was like the only skinny guy. What did he say? It was comparing him to Obama. Yeah. I honestly thought that was pretty racist.
I would have just turned, if I was Vivek, I would have turned to Chris Christie and said, I knew you would have gotten triggered by the skinny comment. I would have just put it out there that obviously that was something.
And if you made the wise choice to not watch the Republican debate last night, good on you. But here's a snippet. Here is what she's referring to. First, I'm going to play Vivek stealing the line. Then we'll talk about that. Then I'm going to play the Chris Christie calling him out for it. And then I'll play you the original in perfect, terrible, standard definition television. Of Barack Obama in 2004 saying it. First, here's Vivek being a plagiarist on live TV.
Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage?
That was really my takeaway. I haven't consumed a lot of Vivek Ramaswamy content or appearances because, he's a go-nowhere. He's not going to do anything. He's vying to be vice president of the United States. He's vying to stay within Donald Trump's good graces. And you know that he's doing this because Trump surrogates, like the idiot Marjorie Taylor Greene, aren't saying anything cross about him. In fact, they come to his defense when another Republican calls him out for truthful things. So here is Chris Christie in that moment calling him out for the skinny kid with the funny name on the stage, and what's he doing here? Here's Chris Christie.
Then they are of actual climate change.
Governor Haley, are you bought and paid for?
Down by
Hold on.
in the last century.
Listen. Hold on.
I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT standing up here. And the last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur standing on stage tonight.
Come over and give me a hug. Give me a hug just like you did to Obama.
The same type of amateur.
And you'll help elect me just like you did to Obama, too. Give me that damn hug.
So that's the moment that Marjorie Taylor Greene believes was racist. Expert in racism and a champion to squash racism wherever she sees it, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the outrage. Oh, I can't believe it. Here is Barack Obama saying the line, again, when are we going to develop some sense of shock or surprise at Republicans' thievery, their plagiarism, their unoriginalness? They have to use the lines of successful, brilliant politicians like Barack Obama. Here is that moment from 2004.
Something more substantial. It's the hope of slaves sitting around a fire singing freedom songs. The hope of immigrants setting out for distant shores. The hope of a young naval lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. The hope of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. The hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too.
Kind of takes you back, doesn't it? Having a leader who can actually speak, who's actually original, who's actually passionate about what they do, and not just some unholy amalgam of different personalities in an effort to create a marketing tool for themselves. Because that's what Vivek is. And my claim, which I stand by the way, that Vivek is just vying to be Donald Trump's vice president, because it would cover a lot of ground for Donald Trump to in an attempt to buttress himself from accusations of racism. Well, I can't be racist. I got a brown guy on the ticket, says Donald Trump. Look, I don't know for how long I'm gonna continue or have to continue to say, I hope it's not much longer. Hopefully the death of the Republican Party is nigh. It's upon us. But to continue to have to say just how bereft of ideology they are, or of talent, or of ability, or concerned for the American people is taxing. That this is the best they have to offer is Vivek Ramaswamy, is Marjorie Taylor, Matt Gaetz. It's verging on depression. It is verging on sadness, on regret for what we have allowed to happen in this country. That Donald Trump ushered in an era where the dumbest among us, the least informed among us, feel like they have great knowledge and ability to decipher what is before them, when there's no deciphering that needs to be done. You just witness reality and act accordingly. Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to leave me a voicemail, as I always do, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, every day, all the time, daily at Dollemore.com. I would invite you and ask you that if you are in a financial position, not if you have to budget it in, not if you're on a fixed income, do not even consider it if that's the case. But if you have an extra $2 that you could just throw away, throw it my way. You can click the join button below, help produce this work for $2 a month, become a channel member. You can hit the super thanks button, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. All those are great ways to help support the work that I think is very important that we're doing on this channel, on the podcast, on Brittany Page's YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, at Dollemore. You can find me there. And you'll find me next time when I see you in another video. Be genuine. Take care of one another.